In competitive Pokemon, some mons are just good. For example, Jimpao. On the other hand, some mons are just bad. For example, Lechonk is kind of ass. Unless you're Amel, then you should probably not be using a Lechonk. There are some mons that can be labeled as noob killers. My definition of this would be a Pokemon that newer players might have a harder time dealing with. This video is to help the newer players get more of an insight on these Pokemon. Yes, these Pokemon are all good, however, I feel as if newer players might not know the full capability of these Pokemon. The first mon I want to talk about is Quaquaval. At the beginning of Generation 9, I love this mon. I thought it was going to absolutely dominate this generation in Smogon and in Draft League. Now in Smogon, it is in UU, and in Draft League, it is usually a 14-point Pokemon. With the ability Moxie, which raises the attack by 1 stage if it attacks and KOs another Pokemon, paired with the move Aqua Step, which has a 100% chance to raise the user's speed by 1, this Pokemon can be overwhelming at times. With 1 turn, this mon can use Aqua Step and take out your Pokemon. But this means that Quaquaval's speed and attack are both at +1. With great typing, being Fighting and Water, also getting a decent move pool, this Pokemon can just take over a game and completely sweep. However, this mon can also be dealt with very, very easily. 1 red card is an item and it is dealt with. This is going to be with a lot of these setup Pokemon, but especially with Quaquaval. The best way to deal with this, in my opinion, is to have a Scarfer in the back that outspeeds when Quaquaval is at +1 speed. Or have a bulky enough mon in the back which can deal enough damage in return to take it out. Quaquaval only has like 85 HP and then has 80 defense and 75 SPDF. So if you have a Scarfer in the back, for example, you have like a Scarf Kilowattrel, it just can take this Pokemon out very, very easily. Next up, we have Annihilape. This Pokemon just seems to never die. With decent stats all across the board and very good typing being Ghost and Fighting, I can see why this Pokemon is good. The main reasoning behind this being labeled as a noob killer is because of the move Rage Fist. This move is a base 50 power Ghost type move that is plus 50 power for each time the user is hit. If positioned correctly, Annihilape can come in and take resisted hits and boost the move Rage Fist very, very easily. Before you know it, those 2 U-turns you clicked onto the Annihilape switching in have now boosted Annihilape to 150 base power for the move Rage Fist. A lot of sets that you will need to watch out for are Bulk Up, Rest, Sleep Talk sets. If you do not have a normal type, then Rage Fist is the only attacking move that this Pokemon needs. Pokemon is also completely broken with Terra, so you really need to watch out for that. One way to deal with Annihilape is to have a normal type with the item Choppleberry. This item halves the damage from a super effective fighting type attack. Another way to deal with this is to have a Scarfer in the back that can hit this Pokemon with a very hard special attack. I specify special attack because usually this Pokemon will have boosts to its defense because of the move Bulk Up. Next up, we have Spectrier. This Pokemon absolutely crashed into the competitive and Draft League scene last generation. With the Grimnay ability, this Pokemon's special attack is raised by 1 stage if it attacks and KOs another Pokemon. Pair that with a blistering special attack and speed stat, this Pokemon just sweeps through opponents' teams. I feel as if this Pokemon can be dealt with a lot easier than the first two Pokemon mentioned, especially if this Pokemon cannot terrestrialize, since a lot of Draft Leagues do ban Terra on this Pokemon. Last generation, the best way of dealing with Spectre was to just simply have a Dark type. Spectre had a very limited move pool of only really Shadow Ball, Hex, and Dark Pulse being its only attacking moves it could use. However, this generation it got access to the move Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss is a 50 base fairy type move that when used, the user recovers 75% of the damage dealt. This is great to hit dark types with, so this Pokemon still has a very limited move pool, but I would say having a very bulky normal type can deal with this very easily. Spectre can set up Calm Mind, so you need to be careful for that, but I will say one Pokemon that is a very, very good check for this is the Dunsparce. I love the Dunsparce. It has great stats and can just Calm Mind with it, and then hit this Pokemon with the Shadow Ball. Quaquaval, Annihilape, and Spectre are Pokemon that can just set up and win a lot of games, especially against these newer players or older players that have left the game and then have now came back in Generation 9. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think that my list of noob killers are right, and if there's any more, what Pokemon you guys think, or if I was just completely wrong. If you guys haven't already, please check if you are subscribed. Only like 10% of my viewers are subbed to me. You know, it takes like 5 seconds and it means the world to me. It's completely free too. Yeah, I will catch you guys later.